And we're live.
Event Horizon is one of my all-time favorites. Like when people ask for
That's the
ask for
Sam Neill
mov
one, right?
it is the Sam Neill one
That's a great movie.
and Lawrence Fishburne. When people ask for like movie recommendations and they've seen like, I don't know, the canon. You know,
Mhm.
you're not gonna be like, "Have you seen The Godfather?" Yeah, they've seen The Godfather. They've seen they've seen The Shining. You can't just go with like your top
Mm.
25, top 100 even. It's like, have you seen Event Horizon? It's like that's one of my favorite, like, kind of fell between the cracks. It's not a fucking masterpiece, but it's a good movie and it's fun and
Yeah.
it scared the shit out of me as a kid.
It holds your attention the whole time. And I need to rewatch Event Horizon again. But that's one of the videos I watched of yours before we had you on. It was focused on Pandorum, but you were talking about all like the comparisons between Pandorum and Event Horizon, and like
Mhm.
I don't know, like I'm probably just so impressionable. I was watching you talk about it. You're like, and a lot of people remember not liking Pandorum, and I'm like, yeah, I don't remember liking it that much. And then he's like, but they're wrong. It was actually pretty good. And I'm like, yeah, I guess it was pretty good.
I loved it. I love Pandorum. And they are sister
Cecil's
films.
a Jedi.
They're so much like I love.
Like
I'm not.
Pandorum.
It's one of those movies with a like Shyamalan like twist at the end, right? Like that twist at the end catches you so off guard. And I guess if you really pay attention, like maybe you pick up the pieces along the way, but you're still not gonna get the full twist, no matter how attentive you are, going through the film. Great twist at the end, great acting by everybody involved. I'm spacing out on the actor's
Dennis
name.
Quaid is the star.
Dennis
of
Quaid, Ben Foster,
Ben
and
Foster.
Cam Gagande.
I'm a big Ben Foster fan. I like him in everything he's done. I thought he was excellent in 30 Days of Night. He reminds me of like
it.
a lesser known Walter Goggins. That he's just this character actor that when he shows up, he does a great. He was in 3:10 to Yuma. He's excellent in that too. I like him a lot. I've never seen him do a bad job.
Dude, him and Hell or High Water. Holy man, he was just amazing in that. Did you ever see that
I've been
one?
meaning to see that. That's got Chris Pine in it, right?
Yeah, it's Chris Pine, Jeff Bridges. Really terrific film.
Yeah, I think maybe I had some stuff going on when that came out, and I wasn't watching anything. There's a few like my life is like split into these like periods of time where it's like, oh no, I didn't see anything between 2010 and 2012. Like I have no idea what was happening during those years. And then like 3 years ago, it's like, yeah, I didn't really catch anything. I wasn't around. But I think that falls into one of those cracks one way or another. But I've been meaning to watch it. I've seen previews and I've seen like a few like teasers of it and little clips of it on YouTube. Like there's a scene at a gas station maybe where they get into a fight or an argument or something that's really good. But I haven't seen it. You know, when I normally hear about people who do that, I'm a little annoyed by it. It's like, come on. But when you see Daniel Day-Lewis and you hear that, you're like, whatever gets you there.
Yeah,
Whatever gets you there. For example, in My Left Foot, where he plays a guy with, I think, cerebral palsy, a real life story of a man who only had the use of his left foot and became an artist and a writer, like literally operating a typewriter and using a paintbrush with his fucking left foot, and very talented, very sad story. And he would make people carry him around the set. He wouldn't walk. He would stay in a wheelchair and only use his left foot. And it's just like, if anybody else had done that, I'd really be rolling my eyes right now, and it'd be very frustrating and be like, "Come the fuck on!" Like if Matthew McConaughey did that, it'd be like, "Dude, I saw you in a Lincoln commercial last night. You're not that big of a deal." But when Daniel Day-Lewis does it, and you watch the movie, you're like, "Whatever gets you there," because you're incredible.
Cecil. Daniel Day-Lewis is one of the actors that he could be in anything, and I think Kyle would have an interest in wanting to see that. Who are the actors that do that for you? If you just see a guy who's made a movie, you got to see it.
Peter Weller. I think Peter Weller is completely underused because he is my favorite actor. I will watch him in anything. I've seen movies where he is absolutely giving 100% and the movie is maybe 10%. So I love him. And Lance Henriksen is another one where complete class act, always is just amazing. Even if the production is just well below him, he still shows up and does a great job. So those are two that I
Peter
will
Weller was
just
really
watch
good in Sons of
anything.
Anarchy. I liked him in there. I thought he was well cast in that. I like Peter Weller too. I
barely
thought he
know
was
these
really
Yeah.
good.
assholes. I'm looking at the films. I don't know what they've made.
Yeah, most people when they think Peter Weller, they think RoboCop, and rightfully
Yeah.
so. RoboCop is just amazing, but I mean, the dude has so much more range than just RoboCop.
What's the movie he
Uh,
was in? It's not The Abyss. It was like the sister film of The Abyss. Maybe it's where they're underwater.
oh, Leviathan.
Leviathan. Yeah,
Yeah,
I like
yeah.
Leviathan.
Leviathan is really cool.
I like Leviathan. The monster's awful, but everything else is good.
Well, I mean, I'm gonna get into the story of the monster was the production designers and the artists and everything, they were coming up with designs for the monster. So they were doing all these different designs and they showed it to the director, and the director said yes. And they're like, well, which ones do you like? And he's like, no, yes, I like all of them. So they were like, well, what do you want us to do? Well, combine all of these monsters into one monster. And that's why at the end, when the monster shows up, it's just this thing with like it because there was no real central
everything.
design.
And it's just like
everything
lumbering
thrown into
along.
one monster, and it's
It's got-
absolutely ludicrous.
At the end of Leviathan, there's this part where, if I remember correctly, I haven't seen it in years, but it's like Peter Weller, the girl, like the pretty girl, and Ernie Hudson, the black guy from Ghostbusters, all make it to the surface. And there's this moment of like, whew, we made it. And then the monster comes up and eats Ernie Hudson. And it's like, fuck, why? I like Ernie Hudson. Why do you have to? And I, if I remember correctly, even Ernie Hudson was like, the fuck?
Yeah. Ernie Hudson was having a disagreement with George P. Cosmatos. He was saying, he's like, okay, really, he's like, I'll do the job if I have to. He's like, but I really don't think that the monster should kill me here. He's like, I went through all this, I should be able to live. And Cosmatos was like, no, you have to die. And he's like, all right.
It would be like at the end of Jurassic Park when they're all on the helicopter and they're like flying away, and it's like, it's the old guy Hammond who ran the park and Sam Neill, and you've got that like final moment of him like embracing the two children. He's come full circle and he's got Nellie with him, the girl. And it would be like if a pterodactyl just came along and like grabbed Nellie and like ate her right there, and you were just like, fuck. And then the helicopter like did a loop-de-loop and like killed it with the blades, and everybody's just sitting in the helicopter like, oh, I thought it was over. Like the climax has happened. It's that example earlier of like the orgasm that's already happened, and we're still fucking jerking it for some reason, and they eat Ernie Hudson. And it's like, God damn it.
And Ernie Hudson had the best line of the movie when they're on the cam phone with the evil Meg Foster, and she's like, I can't imagine what you have gone through, bitch, we still here. It's like such a great line. And yeah, like I absolutely wanted him to live. Everybody wanted him to live. And he's even said, I met him at a convention a while ago, and he had said, when most people come up and they're like, hey, we loved you, you should have lived in Leviathan, he's like, I know, I should have lived.
He still looks good.
He's mad that he died in the movie. I know. Don't get me started.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I should have lived.
Meg Foster, by the way, has one of the most interesting looks of any actress of all time. Her eyes are so piercingly blue. They're unnaturally blue. Like they should have had her cast in Dune, the old Frank Herbert's Dune. Like
oh my god, yeah,
so blue. They're so.
It wouldn't have had to do the contacts.
Yeah, you don't even need the CGI contacts or whatever they did to like map blue onto everybody's eyes or whatever. It looks kind of bad. It does look bad. I got a soft spot for Dune. I'm looking forward to the remake. But she was in Masters of the Universe.
Your recommendation, and it was just absurd.
Look, when I recommend Dune, I make sure people know like this is known as one of the worst disasters of a movie of all time. This is like the director doesn't even like people to know that he directed it. Like literally, like he's just like, no, that didn't happen. What are you talking about?
That's my twin.
Yeah, that's some other guy. But I like it. I like it, and I can't explain why I like it. I guess I just like the story, and maybe I fill in the blanks of badness. You know, like I like Sting in it, wearing his fucking like all ripped and like oiled up, wearing that like cod piece or whatever he's wearing, that space mankini. Like I like the knife fight. I like Patrick Stewart.
Wait, that's the one with the guy who like has all he like floats around. He's got
Yeah,
the pus face.
Baron von Gross guy. I can't recall exactly. Yeah,
I hate when he's on screen. He's so gross. He's just
so nasty.
like he's like spitting in like his underling's mouth, and they're like, "Oh,
He's got like a
master."
Yeah, he's got like that twink boy slave with like the heart plug that he pulls out. You know, like just a real nasty group of people. It's and then his son.
It was too reminiscent of the Willy Wonka scene when that lady or that girl like does all the bubble, the blueberry stuff, and she's floating or whatever. Yeah,
you're absolutely right. When he's like puffed up and he's levitating around, like it's just like the blueberry girl scene from Willy Wonka.
Yeah,
I never considered that.
It's sinister. You like this is not an original take at all, but I'm sure you guys agreed when you were kids watching Willy Wonka. That tunnel scene scared the shit out of me. I remember knowing that it was coming up, and I would look away when I was a little kid. And then once like, you know, what's the song they're playing with like the disjointed graphics and everything, and it gets faster and faster, and
yeah, it's very unsettling. That's a bizarre movie. Gene Wilder is a fucking treasure. I think he might still be alive, or maybe he just died a couple years ago.
He died not too long ago.
Yeah. Love Gene Wilder. My favorite Gene Wilder movie is what's the Western? God damn it.
The Western, directed by who?
It's fuck. I can't.
I'm blanking here too.
It's
Blazing Saddles.
Blazing, he rode a blazing saddle.
Oh God!
He wore a shining star. That's so fucking good. Everyone should watch Blazing Saddles.
Yeah, the old you can't make that kind of movie these days. You absolutely would not be able to make Blazing Saddles these days.
No, not even close.
I love the scene where he's like walking down the street to there's like an old lady, and he goes, "Howdy, ma'am, how's your day going?" And he goes, "Up yours, Nick." And he's just like, fuck.
Holy
it's just so over the top and aggressive.
It's just so bad. Like he's riding into town, and like the whole town has this welcome wagon literally to like welcome the new sheriff, and you've got the old prospector up on the tower with the eyepiece, and they're like, "Can you see him? The sheriff's are coming. What's he look like?" And like, "The sheriff's," and he's saying the N-word, but a bell's ringing, so they can't hear. Like every time he says it, and then he rides up, and they see he's a black guy, and they're just all not having it. There's a part where he holds himself at gunpoint.
Yeah. That was a funny scene. Like
it's just silly.
It is silly. It's like that's from like the 70s. That's a real
Mel Brooks. Yeah, it's great.
Is he still alive, Mel Brooks?
Mel Brooks is still kicking. Yeah.
Jesus Christ, he must be like 100.
Well, he came out recently just talking about how a lot of his movies just they're, you know, I mean, not even being egotistical, but just talking about that style of comedy just doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah, you can't.
And it's brutal because you go back and you watch them, and yeah, they're still like genuinely funny. I mean, I love Blazing Saddles, but I don't know. I think I know I'm probably in the minority on this, but I've always been partial to History of the World Part 1. I just that was my first Mel Brooks movie,
I like
it. I really think that it's funny because it spans so much different time periods, and it's just such a unique and bizarre film, and really just funny.
Yeah, I like all sorts of humor. I'm a big fan of Monty Python. I like British humor. I like dry humor. I like all that. I like the like Norwegian style of humor that's really dry and weird. Things like that TV show that we liked about the Vikings.
Oh, it's not Norseman, is it?
It's Norseman.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like it's a real weird kind of humor that they have. It's very dark and it's dark and dry. But it's good. I like it. And I like different kinds of humor for sure. And Mel Brooks has his own fucking flavor. It's
Mhm.
it's outrageous. There's racial elements. There's
Is Mel Brooks
tons of
behind Norseman?
no. We were just
Oh.
talking about Blazing Saddles a few moments ago.
Okay, my bad.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
but
I'm the same way. I like bizarre humor. I like all kinds of humor. Like if something is funny, it's like funny. I don't like uh like there was everybody like a while ago The Hangover was really popular, and I thought The Hangover was one of the most overrated comedies ever because everything was set up joke, set up joke. You saw everything coming a mile away, and they went with the rule of, which is we were talking about earlier, where you take something that's not funny and you keep doing it and eventually it becomes funny.
yeah,
And that really only works if you're very talented, or a lot of times it works in British comedy where it's just they'll do something and it's just, oh, that's uncomfortable, and then it becomes funny. But when they try to do it here, I think it just fails miserably, and I can't stand it, and I don't laugh at all, and I get angry.
I was okay with the first one, but the sequels were so derivative of the first one. It's just eh, like like I like National Lampoon's Vacation, for example. That's one of my favorite movies of all time. I watch it every Christmas. It's a childhood favorite of mine. My dad
Mhm.
loves it. My mom always thought my dad looked a little bit like Chevy Chase. We have a big laugh about him being kind of like Chevy Chase in that movie, kind of ridiculous. Um and then Vegas Vacation isn't all that derivative of it. It does a different thing. And then some people like European Vacation. I'm one of them, I guess.
Mhm.
I like it. There's tits in it, which is different than the rest of them. So I appreciate that.
Always a
Uh,
plus.
always a
Well,
plus.
in the first one, Beverly D'Angelo, she get
Oh, that's
naked because
right.
they did the,
Beverly.
where they were doing the goof on Psycho,
Yeah.
and he was like,
That's
"Oh, can I wash your
right.
back?" And she's like, "I already washed my back." He's like, "Can I wash your front?"
Are we sure
That's
that
right. I forgot. In National Lampoon's Vacation, Beverly D'Angelo, who has some of the best boobs ever, the incredible body, is
Mhm.
topless in that. I had completely forgotten about that.
How
Yeah,
did you
that's
forget?
right. I don't
I
know.
like that she has a great body and she doesn't play someone with a great body in the film, if that makes any sense, you know?
Yeah.
You're like,
He
holy
dressed her
smokes,
very
look-
frumpy.
yeah. Now, Christy Brinkley was in that. She wasn't, did we not see her nude or was it just
No,
from
Christy
the
Brinkley
back?
doesn't get
No.
nude.
Okay.
She's very leggy. She's in her like Ferrari or whatever, and she's just and the music's playing and she's like looking at Clark and he's just like,
Her nudity's
yeah.
implied. I think she takes her top off and throws it away in the pool. I just don't know if it's
Uh
filmed.
yeah,
But
you
you don't see it.
you don't see anything.
No.
Yeah. And I love the scene where like Clark is trying to eat a sandwich sexy while like looking at Christy Brinkley. And in the background, Beverly D'Angelo's like, I think the dog peed on the sandwiches. And Clark's just like
There was a
Yeah.
great callback bit. I think it was in Vegas Vacation where Clark is driving the car and Christy Brinkley pulls up next to him in the Ferrari, and they're playing the sexy music and all that, and you're like, "Oh, whoa, it's her again!" And she still looks dynamite. And then the car pulls a little bit forward, and behind her is like the baby seat with the kid in it, and it's like, "Oh."
And Clark mouths. Clark goes, "My baby?" And she goes, "Meh," and like speeds away.
It does-
And it's like, did Clark fuck Christy Brinkley in the first movie? And I missed it.